Hi there, Malcolm here for my 360th Booktube video, and today I'll be bringing you a review for Marvel Select Wonder Man, My Fair Superhero. And this is written by Peter David. And this is December 2025's Marvel Select issue. And this is a reprint of My Fair Superhero from 2006. 5 issues of that. Featuring a character I know nothing about, Wonder Man. That is a TV series coming out soon, so I'll try and watch that at some point. And as the title might suggest, this is a Pygmalion My Fair Lady style story. They even reference it in the story, where Wonder Man's out having lunch with some Hollywood producer, and they're talking about Wonder Man's organisation, Second Chances, where basically he takes those who have found themselves on the wrong side of the law, paid their dues, and need a bit of rehabilitation, a second chance as it were, as Wonder Man himself is apparently, according to the introductory blurb here, found himself working for the wrong team time and time again. He's now officially an Avenger now, I think, and he's trying to help others who have been on the wrong side. And talking to this guy, he's pretty much saying that his organisation is treating anybody as a potential. No one's a lost cause. When he finally encounters and subdues this rage-filled assassin, lady killer, and the producer basically says, what, even her? And of course Wonder Man then has to put his money where his mouth is and grudgingly agrees to try and rehabilitate this woman, even though he knows nothing about her. And so indeed what does follow is a My Fair Lady Pygmalion style story as Wonder Man, Beast and Captain Marvel try to get through to this woman, try to calm her down and get her to cooperate and not attack them the whole time. Find out a bit about her past and why she is the way she is and what brought her to where she is in this point in life. And by the end she does seem to have a passing resemblance to Audrey Hepburn, who plays a similar character in My Fair Lady. Now the story is interspersed way in the future. Wonder Man, it turns out, is practically immortal. Earth is pretty much devoid of life now, and he's just sort of slumming it there, thinking back to when there were people, and particularly this woman who he tried to save. And you do get an impression that something went horribly wrong at some point, and so we get that story of her. I really enjoyed this. It's funny, it's quirky. Obviously there's a familiar premise that I've seen with My Fair Lady and Pygmalion, trading places, that Simpsons episode where Burns bets Smithers a Coke. But it's done in an interesting way. You know, this isn't just an uncouth, uneducated commoner. This is a violent woman who will eviscerate you as soon as look at you. And of course you learn more about Wonder Man, about the demons that he's carrying from his past, as well as the various discussions about what they're doing. Are they just basically brainwashing this woman like she was brainwashed by the gangsters in the first place? Are they doing this out of a sign of compassion toward her, or are they just doing it to see if they can do it? I don't think it's actually a bet this time, but there might be a documentary out of it. You know, where does selfless act meet altruism sort of thing. And of course then you have the introduction to each of the 5 issues, where we have in the future Wonder Man just slumming it on Earth, dealing with his immortality and the fact that everything that's happened is now gone. And does it even matter? Does it matter that people were brave? Does it matter that people were courageous? Does it matter that people did the right thing or the wrong thing? Because at the end of the result, everything's just dust now. Everything would have been dust either way. What difference would it have made had they lived their lives the way they did, or the way they should have, or the way they shouldn't have? So it does address some deeper questions as well. The art style is quite quirky and stylised. Beast, for example, looks more like a blue version of Tony Tiger from Frosties. However, the illustrators do change from issue to issue, so the art style does change throughout the book, which I did find a little off-putting. And I have an issue with this page where the big reveal is supposed to be Lady Killer's transformation. She's the one in the black on the left, and yet Carol Danvers is kind of stealing the show with this look. I don't know, it just felt a bit odd. I laughed out loud on a few occasions. I thought it was a really fun story. The ending had an inevitability about it, but it was an interesting ride getting there, even for the reader, because at the beginning, Lady Killer, she's this wild, untamed animal, dangerous, foul-mouthed, nothing really redeeming about her whatsoever, but by the end, hopefully you're really rooting for her. So I think they did a really good job with this. Booktastic. So have you read Wonder Man, My Fair Superhero? What did you think about it? Or what's your favourite adaptation of a well-established storyline? Comment down below please, but as usual, if you have nothing nice to say then please keep it to yourself. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe and other YouTube things if you want. And until next time, see you later.